About 6 months prior to the launch vehicle is actually shipped out of Decatur, and it's on its way to the Cape. Once it's received at the launch site, our launch site team is actually engaged in all the vehicle processing from that point forward for the next 6 months.
As far as the hardware processing here at the Cape, that begins when the launch vehicle hardware arrives from the factory. In the case of ULA, the hardware is coming primarily from the Decatur factory in Decatur, Alabama. That arrives here on a ship, the Delta Mariner.
My role is to verify that we don't have any issues, to coordinate with the lead or the responsible engineer to make sure that that everything that they are planning to do is within the limits and within the schedule that they establish. When the boat first comes in, I would normally go to the bay and just look around to see if there are any abnormalities, if anything got damaged or was loose, primarily on the shipping hardware. Also would look at the vehicle to make sure that the vehicle is in good condition. We don't see anything that's unusual. We want to make sure that the vehicle comes in the same way it was shipped. We don't want to see any differences with the insulation or any parts that might be showing any effects of the trip. So once I do that, the process of offloading would follow.
That hardware is offloaded at the port, and then it's convoyed to the various processing facilities. The first stop for Delta hardware is the HIF. The first stop for Atlas hardware is the ASOC, or the Atlas Space Flight Operations Center.
It will take approximately 2.5 hours from this gate to the HIF. If there is no issue on the way, we shouldn't have a problem. They'll be traveling about 5 miles per hour. It's a very slow trek, but they want to make sure that there are no issues and make sure that the booster stays pretty stable on the top of the EPT as they roll through all the roadways and curves and corners as they take it in.
For Delta, the vehicle is processed horizontally in the HIF and integrated stage 1 and stage 2. It is then transported to the launch pad and erected at the launch pad for final processing for launch.